soon. Apple offers wide-range music. For classical, press 1. For jazz, 2. For pleasant popular, 3.
Okay, pleasant popular. 3. Pleasant. How about nauseating?
Good afternoon. I'm your Apple genius. Can I help you?
Yeah, make me younger. So I can learn how to use this damn iPhone. Always asking for my password, then saying it's the wrong password. I beg you, remove passwords from my life.
You're funny.
Yeah, I better be. I'm a comedy writer.
Really? Have you written anything I know?
A lot of wrong passwords. One I have now is shitty.
Oh, it can't be that bad. Now, what is it?
SHITT.
Gotcha. You are funny.
Even when I'm serious, the curse of the comedy writer.
Okay, so seriously, how can I help you?
Let me get my email. I need to know some guys are meeting me for lunch, so please, please, murder my password.
Passwords are for your protection, but I'll murder yours if you'll be patient.
Gladly, and strangle that unpleasant popular music.
I know, seniors hate techno music. I'll play you something you like.
Oh, thanks. Anything by George Gershwin would be great.
George Gershwin, he's new to me. Is he country and western?
No, he's Jewish in Brooklyn. You don't know George Gershwin?
I'm sorry, I'm more into happening stuff.
Gershwin is always happening. In fact, he's a rap artist. He wrote Rhapsody in Blue. And love songs like Swonderful.
Oh, okay, I'll play that one. I'm sorry, it looks like Gershwin never wrote a song called It's Wonderful.
No, it's not It's Wonderful. It's S apostrophe wonderful. The S kind of slides in. So wonderful, so marvelous. You should care. Oh, one of the guys is here. Gotta go. I'll call back. You were great.
Thanks, and you were wonderful.
And Mel, thanks for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. I almost didn't after our last disaster.
Don't worry, this is going to be a peaceful lunch.
Well, it better be or I'm gone. I mean, who needs another war with Dick the Prick?
He's not a total prick, just a misguided genital. Gentile. We'll fix that.
Well, it's good to see you. I see you haven't changed. Still real ugly. Rim shot.
A rim shot to pay up a joke older than God.
And so are we. So what's with this email you said? Important. Be at Cantor's Deli, Kibitz Room at noon Saturday to renew our weekly lunch. Don't disappoint me. You owe me big time. Of course I owe you for starting my sitcom career.
My pleasure, but this isn't just any lunch. We got a lot of stuff to fix in our lives before we sail off into the sunset.
What's with all the death talk? You're not going to, keel over on me, are you? I'm too old to schlep your casket.
Spare the rim shot. I'm very healthy.
Then what inspired this reunion?
I needed it. Doesn't matter. You're here. That's all that matters.
Well, how'd you convince Dick the Prick to come?
He owes me. He'll be a little late. Walking his dog, he tripped over leash, took a bad fall. Now he needs a walker.
Oh, what a shame. Actually, I didn't fall yet, but some days I need a walker.
Oh, what's wrong?
Spinal stenosis. 2 vertebrae in my spine need to be screwed together so it won't hurt when my wife and I screw together.
Can I give you a hug? Will that hurt?
Better not, boss.
Stop calling me boss. I was never your boss. I hired you because you're a good writer. You earned your gig on Maidenhead. What, didn't you used to be taller?
And younger, but now I'm finding someone with lots of pull. Gravity.
You also gained some weight. Doctors say at our age, being chubby can help keep you alive in case of pneumonia.
Well, then you'll never die. It's great to be back at having our lunch. Dick ruined a perfect 3-way friendship.
Well, maybe we were all to blame. But arguments are out today.
So what's in the bag?
Oh, stuff Ruth wants me to dump so when we croak our kids won't be bothered. Like these 113 perfectly good TV remotes.
Do you know which one works which TV? I mean, do you have the remotest? So do you know what these red, yellow, and white wires are for?
I didn't. I'm Jewish. So I let the goy at Best Buy show me. They're RCA plugs. Red and white for sound, yellow for picture. You plug them into a TV.
Oh, and if you don't know that at birth, they circumcise you.
Well, here's something we do need. I got one for each of us. A geezer shoehorn. It saves you from bending over. Try it.
Oh, yeah! No pain, no strain. Don't tell my grandkids I need this or they'll lock me up in an assisted living prison.
Hey, look who's here! Dick, you poor schmuck. Thanks for coming. Need help?
Oh no, I'm bulletproof, baby. Just dropping that at the doctor's.
So how you doing, Dickie boy? So I guess you got Jeff's you owe me big time email too, so what secret are you protecting?
Oh, that's just a little favor he once did for me.
Oh, if it's so little, why don't you tell me?
Okay, I didn't want Jeff broadcasting that Helen is always in charge and that she made me come to this lunch.
Don't tell me you're not going. You haven't seen those guys in 15 years, and if Jeff invited you to make peace, you're going. You're forgetting. If it wasn't for Jeff, you and I wouldn't be together. So you are showing up at Cantor's, mister, or I'll make sure you need that walker. Forever.
There you go. Now you know.
Fine, she got you here, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you know, Gail, she makes demands too. Patch things up, damn it.
Mel, I can't believe you guys haven't tried to save your friendship before. I've wanted to call Helen and Ruth, but I didn't want to cause marriage problems. Well, since one of you got menschy enough to set up this lunch, you, my darling, are showing up at Cantor's. If you want me to be your darling for more than once a decade.
So here we are, back in Cantor's. My favorite deli. I'm starved and I'm totally ready to commit
Now,
pastrami-side.
before I can eat, there's a question I need answered that may ruin my appetite. Why are we here? One knockdown, drag-out, kill-or-be-killed fight wasn't enough?
The answer is we're here so I can sleep at night without reliving that screaming match where I wanted to choke you.
I have no sleep problems. I just dream I'm pounding your face. Hey, how could three adult comedy hacks get so furious over a little argument?
It wasn't little, and you know it. It was big as hell. Jeff and I were totally right. You were full of shit.
Who remembers? It was 15 years ago. All right, then who writes funnier, Jews or goys?
Only a goy would say goys. The plural is goyim.
Okay, goyim. The important point is you go back in history. Humorists like Charles Dickens, Rudyard Kipling, that French guy, Guy de Maupassant, they were a scream. And, of course, the funniest American writer is Mark Twain.
Oh, you and your Yale education. The mild Christian humor of Mark Twain gets a giggle while Jewish Mel Brooks makes people piss in their pants.
Who is Mel Brooks?
Ah.
See, that's what educated people say after they read Twain's hilarious Huckleberry Finn.
Twain's humor gets smiles. You think Shakespeare's funny with your favorite comedy, Much Ado About Nothing?
Which we called Much Ado About Yawning.
Oh, you want to talk about yawning? Let's discuss your hero, Sholem Aleichem. Now that's his pen name. In Hebrew it means may peace be upon you. Good name. His humor puts you to sleep in peace.
Put you to sleep. Did you know when Sholem Aleichem came to New York, he was introduced to Mark Twain as the Yiddish Mark Twain? To which Twain replied, I guess that makes me the American Sholem Aleichem. You just insulted not only our best Jewish comedy writer, but our entire religion, you bigot.
I didn't insult the Jews. I just feel that Sholem Aleichem was corny.
Corny? You asshole! How can you knock Sholem Aleichem, the genius who inspired the greatest musical of all time, Fiddler on the Roof?
If I were living man, I saw a Fiddler on the Roof one time, and the only laughs that Zero Mostel got was when he resorted to that tired Yiddish shtick.
I wish Zero was still alive so he could sit on your stupid, racist face.
Oh, you people, the members of the tribe. You're always right, and us goys, are always wrong, right?
You uncircumcised prick.
Sit on it! I'm still embarrassed about that. I was really unhappy that day because that was the day that the two of you branded me a Jew hater. And I'm far from that. In fact, now, I'm much more of a Jew putter-upper with her. You see, since our last supper, my son Dick Jr. got married to a lovely Jewess from St. Louis. And I love my daughter-in-law Esther, even though Jewish mothers are a pain in the tokus. And my grandson, who of course I hope will be called Richard, couldn't be. According to Esther, the Jews think that's bad luck or some sort of curse, so she named him Izzy. He's 13 now. Last week he had his bar mitzvah. And not only did I read Hebrew aloud, but I sang. Baruch atoi Adonai Eloheinu. Just like Shalom Aleichem. So, you two still think I'm a Jew hater?
I suppose not. From now on, we'll just refer to you as the friendly guy next door.
So, we have peace in the deli?
Absolutely. That is a
Good news.
unexpected big first step, guys. But we still got a lot of hiccups and sneezes to deal with.
Will Gazunag take care of it?
Mel, I'm serious.
What's still so serious?
Well, first and most important, our lovely wives want us to be best friends again because they're the best of friends and and miss all our good times together. And remember when the three of us were close as hell as writers and pals? What the hell happened?
Friendships cool off, who knows?
I know if we're open and honest with each other, we can fix this. Like now, we thought you were a bigot, you just proved you're not. Big problem solved.
Well, I was right. You were very wrong.
I agree, and I'm not just talking about big problems, it's little ones too. Like Mel, every time you yell rim shot, I want to puke.
It bothers you? I'll stop.
No, don't stop. I've dealt with it. Now you can do it all day long. Guys, I'm not just picking on you. I'm admitting my own mistakes. I gotta get the negatives out of my life before it's too late.
What do you mean too late?
At our age, living longer brings challenges. I was just told. I'm AFib.
You're a liar?
Atrial fibrillation. My heartbeat gets irregular, which means I gotta take pills or I'm prone to strokes.
Ooh, I'd hate to be prone.
Yeah, it's no fun. Aging is tough. That's why I'm trying to deal with my mistakes. Face it, we're in the winter of our lives.
You mean the autumn?
Late autumn. Don't you guys ever look back at your lives and say, why the fuck did I do that?
Sure, but that's part of life.
Well, today I want to deal with the positives and the negatives. And Richard Turner, most of them involve you.
Really? Jeffrey Cohn. Well, here's a negative I'll deal with right now. This lunch has turned into a pain in my tokus.
Tokus!
Kiss it!
Gentlemen, I'm Charlie, day manager. Happy to welcome back our three favorite TV giants after missing you for 15 years.
Thank you, Charlie. Pleasure to meet you. Sorry I'm late for the appointment. If you excuse me.
Please put off your appointment for a tiny bit. We're celebrating your return with free mini pastrami's from our senior menu on us.
Kind of hard to say no to you, Charlie. Okay, how
I'm
can I
starved.
refuse?
After you, gentlemen.
Mr. Turner, remember me? I'm Sally. I was always your waitress.
Sure. Sally, yeah, I almost kind of remember.
Well, try harder. I was a kid waitress then. And you were the famous Dick Turner, producer of my favorite TV comedy, Made in Heaven.
That's me.
What a day when you guys had that argument. Have you finally buried the hatchet and not in each other?
We sure have. That's why we're having lunch again.
Good luck. I'm looking forward to seeing you here every Saturday again. I'll ask Charlie to make me your waitress.
Well, I'd love that. I'll put in a good word for you.
Better get in there, Mr. Turner. Your friend Mel looks like he wants to eat your pastrami too.
I'm on my way, Charlie. And pleasure seeing you again, Sally.
Same here. I look forward to every Saturday.
Sally, why are you in the kibitz room? You work in the main room.
I know, but can I start working in here just on Saturdays?
Yes, you could. Looking for big tips, huh?
No. I'm kind of friendly with Dick Turner, and I wouldn't mind getting friendlier.
Why would you get friendly with that old fart?
He's attractive, and he puts me in stitches. Laughing can make you feel romantic.
Possibly, if you laugh so hard you lose your mind.
It's my decision, Charlie, and I'm free as a bird since I left my idiot husband. Besides, Dick used to always be flirting with me.
Isn't he married?
Well, he was 15 years ago, but now, who knows?
Hey, don't forget, husband stealing is punishable by revenge. Okay, you're here on Saturdays, but don't say I didn't warn you.
But when you didn't warn me? When you invited me for a sleepover?
Try to be a nice guy.
Gentlemen, I poured your coffees. They're part of your treat.
Oh, are you part of my treat too, Sally?
Oh, Mr. Turner. I'll get you some white bread for your pastrami.
Oh, I'll put up with the Jewish rye. And it's Dick, not Mr. Turner.
So, Dick, peace offering, little gift.
Thanks, what the hell is it?
It protects your health, eliminates strokes.
Is it a putter?
It's a geezer shoehorn, eliminates strain. At our age, we need all the help we can get. No, we used to sneak fart and fuck jokes past the network censors. Now let's sneak a few extra years past Father Time, the toughest censor of them all.
Do you have a magic potion or something?
I wish I did. The simple answer is playing it smart, keeping healthy lets you live a lot longer.
The aging smartly is fun and it comes with endless health warnings like beware of tiny chest pains. It may mean here comes the big one. Or check your blood pressure hourly or you're a goner. Or my very favorite, let your doctor's finger do the walking right up into your prostate. Ooh!
Here's a warning I kid my dad with. Never accept a dinner invitation if your host can't do the Heimlich maneuver.
Hey guys, this is Sally, the waitress of our dreams.
Hi, Sally.
Good day, gentlemen. Here's my business card in case you want me. You know, for cooking, serving, or any other needs that you might have. I am always available.
What? My wife might need help for Thanksgiving. All right, let's get started.
Sorry I can't, I just dropped by because I felt so bad about our fight. Thank God we buried the fucking hatchet. You guys split my sandwich, I gotta go.
No, Dick, you gotta stay. Unless you want me to share your big secret, the one you've been hiding from Mel and the rest of the world.
You bastard, you wouldn't do that.
Okay, guys, look, I don't want to know Dick's secret. I want him to know mine. That I totally owe my TV writing career to Jeff.
Jeff, bullshit. We co-produced Made in Heaven. We both loved your script, so we both hired you.
Yeah, Mel, your writing's hilarious.
Admit it, Jeff. You know you did a total rewrite.
You did?
Not total. I thought your script was brilliant, so to make sure Dick would like it too, I added a few funny lines.
Tons. Plus, you came up with that fabulous surprise ending.
Which made the whole script work. Which won you an Emmy. Unbelievable for a first-time writer, and now I know why.
And I've always been ashamed of it. Oh, God, I forgot to hang this handicap tag in my windshield. I don't want to get a ticket.
A handicap tag. I would kill for one of these. How did you get this?
Oh, from having spinal stenosis. I need surgery, but it costs $3,000 more than Medicare pays, so I walk with a little limp, but I get free parking as a booby prize.
Well, I limp too because of my little doggy. I'll have my doctor get me one of these.
Yeah, but it'll be temporary. They'll take it back in a year.
Oh, they'll have to pry this from my cold, dead hand.
I don't want to get a ticket. I'll be right back.
Hey, thanks, Jeff, for not blurting out about how you covered for me when I was having my little thing with Charlene.
Thing? Don't be an asshole. It was an all-out love affair.
No, you're right. I tried to resist, but I couldn't. Charlene was a breath of fresh air. Not only lovely, but funny, creative. I mean, her charm made our show work. I still don't know why she fell for me.
It just might be because I'm an actress who appreciates the brilliant writer who offered me the role of my life.
Only because you were perfect casting.
And you were perfect casting for me. Let me show you an appreciative kiss.
You're appreciative? I'm reborn.
Welcome to my world. So, care to walk me to my car?
Talk about a night to remember.
Yeah, thanks to me.
Right, you saved my ass. How could I forget my in-laws were coming to dinner? You saved my marriage. You, king of liars.
You know, I'm not proud about that. The phone rang, it's Helen screaming while I'm trying to handle her lying about all the reasons you weren't able to talk.
What do you mean Dick can't come to the phone? He was supposed to be home a half an hour ago. My parents are already here. He promised he'd be early to crack the lobsters.
Really? I mean, yeah, he told me all about it, but he's cracking some big script problems and he's in an emergency writers meeting.
Why? He bragged it was his script and everyone loved it.
Well, they do, but networks are fickle. Now it's not funny enough, so he's punching up the jokes.
Well, He should punch himself. How could he forget Mom and Dad's anniversary dinner? He always forgets things when they're important.
No, Helen, you're wrong. Listen, Dick told me all about it. In fact, he even got your parents flowers and a warm anniversary card and asked me to drop them by your house and crack your lobsters.
Would you? What a friend driving 10 miles out of your way.
Not a problem. Listen, Dick hated missing your anniversary. But if he doesn't save the script, the network will cancel us. He asked me to beg forgiveness, so I'm begging.
Okay, I'm forgiving. I'll serve dinner myself. You tell Dick to just keep on doing what he's doing, with my blessing.
He'll love you for saying that. You're one hell of a wife.
I try, which is very trying. You're an angel, Jeff. Bye.
You were good.
The best. Can hardly live with myself.
Hey, thanks for that flower delivery and for telling me how to lie to Helen. But did you tell Mel my secret?
You're dead. Secret? What secret?
Look, they still have golden spicy mustard. We're back to lunch at Cantor's. Saturdays won't be boring anymore.
Yeah, they'll be thrilling. Lunches with you guys, talking aches and pains, followed by evenings my wife drags me to a 99-seat theater where the audience looks like an old folks' home.
Okay, you're depressed. We're 15 years closer to the final curtain. I want us to feel like we'll never leave the stage. Do any of us believe there's an afterlife in the clouds up there, or even if there's a there up there?
How can you believe unless you're a total optimist?
Or a coward?
Or like me, a Catholic who's cowardly. You know, I used to believe in God when I was 5 because I love nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah, I asked my mother once why cashews shaped like canoes and walnuts look like the backs of Grandma's hands. And my mother said, God made them that way. And never, ever called Grandma walnut hands.
I always believed until recently when he decided to ignore me when I prayed for a hard-on.
Join the congregation. Guys, we're all in the same boat. And we can keep it afloat by being positive. And we can get there by sharing our histories.
Why bother with our ancient histories?
Well, you gotta face your past or be haunted by it. Think about your big life decisions, the proud ones and the dumb ones.
But why remind myself that I was an asshole?
Because,
Or have you reminded me?
because it gives your life a report card with grades A through F. Remember years ago when I bought my house in Malibu?
Oh, that's a great house. Fabulous views of the Pacific.
Yeah, I got it for peanuts. Now as I drive home, I see all the other houses I could have got for buckets, worth fortunes. I call that my street of screams. I yell, you schmuck! You putz! You asshole!
Oh, good. You got 3 out of 3.
Then I rethink. I own an ocean view house in Malibu worth 10 times what I paid for it. Positives outweigh negatives. But, oh, my giant genius move? High school. That's where I met Ruth. She was way too pretty for me, so naturally, I had to try. So I invited her for an innocent lunch at the Golden Dragon.
That kung pao chicken was heavenly. I love Chinese food.
Of course you do. You're Jewish.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, doesn't your family go out for Chinese food every Christmas Day?
Yeah, usually so.
So we Jews do it because Christmas is fun and off limits. Eating Chinese food's like having a Christmas tree without sinning.
You nuts.
Oh, Jews have always loved Chinese food, but Judaism started 1,000 years before Chinaism did. So the Jews had to wait 10 centuries for chop suey. We call those years the Dark Ages. Good, you like that joke.
Of course. You're always funny.
Thanks. It's gonna be my career, actually. I'm writing Chinese jokes right now for Henny Youngman. He loves doing them.
The Henny Youngman is doing your jokes on the Ed Sullivan Show?
Hopefully. I wrote a bunch for him on specs. On spec means that I might get turned down, but I'm praying that I won't be.
I know what on spec means. It's why you invited me to lunch.
Call me Mr. Obvious. Okay if I test out some jokes on you?
You are paying for lunch, right? Go ahead.
Okay, this is one that Henny did on the Ed Sullivan Show. He said a Chinese cook told him, I like the Jews, they like my food, but I heard they did an awful thing. They sink the beautiful ship Titanic. And Henny said, Jews didn't sink the Titanic, an iceberg did. And the chef says, Iceberg, Goldberg, Rosenberg, they all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are a few that I wrote.
Okay.
Okay, why can't Chinese people have Caucasian babies?
I don't know.
Because two Wongs don't make a white.
Oh.
What do you call a Chinese billionaire?
I don't know.
Cha-ching!
Okay, how about equal time for the ladies? What do you call a Chinese woman who needs a corrective brassiere?
I have no idea.
One hung low? That's terrible.
Oh,
That was terrible.
oh, you are witty as hell. As well as gorgeous.
And you're kind of cute. Feel free to sell that one to Henny Youngman.
Cha-ching! Maybe then I could afford lunch again. Or maybe dinner.
Sure. Why not?
You know, I was nervous because I thought you were going steady with your quarterback.
Oh, he's not my steady anything. We've dated a couple of times.
Oh, thank God. I thought you two were serious.
Oh, bite your tongue. If I bring home a handsome Gentile, my mom has a heart attack.
Oh, mine would choose suicide if I ever brought home a cute shiksa. She'd sing her favorite song. It had to be Jew. It had to be Jew. If you loved a goy, I'd never have joy.
And neither would you.
Brilliant. Now for my final joke. I open up a fortune cookie and read what it says. They misspelled gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea?
Yeah, you know, it's just a cute little sick joke. You know, it's like the fortune is supposed to make you think that you're gonna get gonorrhea.
That's not cute or little. It's terrible. And if Henny heard you say that, he's gonna fire you.
You know what? You're right. It's gone. From now on, you are my editor and my conscience. Ruthie, I think this is gonna be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I agree. And Casablanca is my favorite movie too. Bogey.
Wow, it's a good thing Ruthie didn't think you were racist with all your Chinese jokes.
We were all bigots back then without realizing. But life's mistakes are correctable. When we got married, we attempted to right our wrongs by having the Golden Dragon cater our wedding reception with all-you-can-eat kung pao chicken. Delicious.
And now your back is a pain in the ass do-gooder. Okay, my turn. Here's something that I'm completely ashamed of. My awful memory. I'll run into a close old friend and I can merely wave because I can't remember any names.
Well, try doing what we do. Team effort. When I can't come up with a last name like Karloff, Ruthie whispers, Boris!
But I can't even remember the names of my all-time favorite comics, the Three Stooges. I mean, there was Larry and
Curly?
Right. And what was the angry one? Damn it.
Schmuck, it's as plain as the nose on your face, you
Oh,
moron!
that's a good hint. No, it's Mo, right. You know, I'm gonna keep you around.
Like hell you will. I ought to murderize you. Forgetting a name like that is a misnomer. You ought to be arrested.
You know, this aging is really hard work. I can't swing a golf club anymore without pain, and I never get a good night's sleep. You know, I wake up tired every day because I'm up 4 times a night pissing.
I'd settle for 4. I'm a 6-pisser.
Me? None, thanks to my diaper.
Thanks for the information.
We all live with challenges. You gotta wake up every day and dive into life.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. I get up, I look in the mirror, and all I see is my turkey neck.
Easy fix, big smile lifts turkey neck, see? And smiles come easy when you make plans to do all the things you always wanted to do. You know, your bucket list.
I don't have a bucket list. I have a fuck it list. All the places and things I don't give a fuck about.
I agree. I hate parts of aging too, the embarrassing parts.
Like what?
Like having my pubic hair turn white. It's like being hit in the crotch with a snowball.
Now, is it just your pubic hair or your wife's bush too?
Both. When we're naked, we look like we're in a Disney porno.
I saw that one, frozen stiff.
It was a short. Oh, suddenly I have to piss.
You better hurry. The new man's room's way down the hall.
All right, pray that I make it.
I didn't.
Now, here's an important part of my ancient history, but the trouble is you're a part of it, and it's not a happy part for you.
Do I look worried? Go ahead.
Okay, May Temple was about to be canceled, and I said, fine, I'm sick of sitcoms. Let's end our partnership. I wanted to write something on my own that had gravitas.
Yeah. Then I looked up, gravitas, and said, kiss my ass.
See, ending our partnership was tough for me, but you know, my dad had spent a fortune to send me to Yale to get a master's degree in literature. I felt really guilty writing crap with you. I mean, you didn't have that problem.
You mean I didn't go to Yale, so I was born to write crap?
No, to use your own words, if you write funny, who needs college? Okay, so I knew my idea was brilliant, so I called Susan Kramer.
Our favorite ABC exec.
Hi, Susan. Looking gorgeous, as always.
You're off to a good start there, Dick. Where's Jeff?
Jeff. Right. Yeah, I should have mentioned when you called to meet with us. Jeff and I aren't partners anymore.
You're not? Well, that's too bad. We were thinking maybe we shouldn't cancel Made in Heaven. Your numbers? They shut up last week. Why don't you and Jeff produce another year? We like you guys.
Well, it's just me now. And actually, when you called, I was getting ready to call you to tell you about my new show. It's fall down funny and it's got the depth to be a long-running hit. Like MASH, you're gonna love it.
This is all yours, all alone?
Totally. Can't wait to tell you about it.
So, tell me.
So I barely get in the door. She's begging me for details.
Did she mention Made in Heaven? The studio was thinking of renewing us back then.
It never came up. You know, she just wanted to hear my new ideas. And when I told her my catchy title,
Oops, I'm knocked up.
Yeah, sharp title, right?
Sharp enough to cut myself on it when you tell me it's about a pregnant 15-year-old? Do you want to get me arrested?
No problem. Takes place in New Jersey. Legal age is 15.
Perfect! Everyone loves making fun of New Jersey.
All right, listen. So the pilot episode starts on a football field. We zoom in on Kathy's pregnant stomach and a cheerleading sweater. She's in love with two fullbacks, but she's not sure which one did the knocking. She's too decent to name either guy.
Okay, the decency works. Do you have plenty of story ideas?
Dozens. Like when she sues the school principal for not letting her breastfeed in the cafeteria.
Okay, I'm kind of hooked. Why don't you and Jeff produce together? Huh?
My show's too edgy. You know, it's not. Jeff's sorta old fartish. He still thinks married couples should sleep in twin beds. Plus, he writes Sholem Aleichem kind of humor.
Who's Sholem Aleichem?
I made my point. Look, if I'm alone, you get twice the laughs for half the bucks.
Dick, I think you might have just sold yourself a pilot. Come on. Let's start with this scene.
the networks loved Oops, I'm Knocked Up. It was a hit, especially in New Jersey.
More treats from management. Their fabulous cheesecake.
Thank you.
Your
thank
drug
you.
of choice.
And yours, eat up.
Not anymore. I can't eat cheesecake.
Lactose intolerant?
Irritable bowel syndrome?
No. Makes me think of my dad. He started me on cheesecake when I was 5. We'd split a piece, joking and laughing. That became our little ritual. And that, it all died when he started hating me.
Hating you? Why?
Can we talk about something else?
Isn't that why we're here?
Touche. Okay. Mom and Dad used to come out here for a week. Every year. On their last visit, that all ended.
Jeff, you always raved that your dad was your inspiration.
Dad, my boss, he knew I wanted to become a writer, so he fired me.
How shitty.
No, that was great. I was some chicken to quit with 3 young kids. He says, you go to LA already. I'll keep you on payroll until you make it as a writer. So I went to LA, made it as a writer. He was proud as hell.
Terrific, but why did he say he hated you?
No, he didn't say it. His dementia did.
Oh, when did that happen?
26 years ago. Scary. I remember I picked him up from the airport and he was acting real weird. Then I'm getting their suitcases out of the car and he's yelling. Hey, hey, hey! Wait. I'll carry my own bags in. Don't treat me like an altar cocker just because I am one.
It's fine, Dad. Relax. It's good exercise for me.
Well, where's your mother? Did we leave her at the airport?
No, she's in the house with us. Ruth wheeled her in. It was Ruth's idea to buy that folding wheelchair.
Who is this Ruth? Right, your wife. Right?
Yeah.
Where's my wife?
She's in the house with us, Dad, in our guest room.
Guest room. Where the hell is that?
Where you always sleep when you stay with us. First door on the right.
Right.
Honey, Your mom wants to take a bath. Could you get her a towel? She's in the bathroom.
Sure, be glad to. Ruth? Dad, I'll be right back, okay? Ruth, why don't you tell Dad about the treats you made him for dinner?
Sure, Dad. You know what I always fix you.
No? Can we skip the guessing game?
Sure, I made your favorite Italian dish.
I'll eat whatever you want.
Do you want a hint? It starts with an L, then an A.
I don't know. Lamb?
No, it's my Italian dish that I always fix for you. It's lots of garlic, layers of cheese and meat sauce.
I'm too old for this.
It's lasagna. And for dessert, I bake what you and Jeff always like to split.
Please,
Ruth.
Right, Ruth. Give me a break.
Mom loved the towel. Did you tell Dad about his dessert?
I was just about to. I baked you a cheesecake, Dad. Okay?
Whatever.
And you and I'll split a piece, Dad, like always.
Whatever.
It's a shame Mom's so arthritic she can hardly move without pain.
Yeah, poor kid. She's no spring chicken.
Don't worry, I plan on washing her feet with antibacterial soap.
Washing her feet. Why?
Well, she can't bend down to do it herself, and they need a little attention.
Attention. What does that mean?
I noticed Mom had a little bit of foot on her, Dad, when the car was all closed up and the heater was on.
Wait a minute. You're saying my wife's feet stink?
Of course not.
I heard what I heard. You said my wife's feet
No,
stink.
Dad, we're just trying to help. You know, the children become the parents.
I don't need parents, especially when my children are unappreciative and full of it. Why the hell did Mom and I bother even coming?
Dad, what are you saying?
I'm saying you're too big for your britches, Mr. TV producer. You won't come to St. Louis, so we have to fly out here so you can stand there and tell me my wife's feet stink?
Dad, you're acting crazy. You said you and Mom love coming here.
Not when my wonderful wife gets insulted.
She's also my wonderful mother, Dad, who I never insult. And you just insulted my wonderful wife who's just trying to help Mom.
Well, suddenly I'm very tired. I'm going to bed.
You can't go to bed hungry. I'll bring dinner to your room.
Thanks. I'm really not hungry, Ruth. Just tired of dealing with my son. I'll have dinner in the morning for breakfast.
All right, Dad, sleep. It'll give you some peace, but at least be reasonable and let me schlep your suitcase to your room.
You want to schlep? Schlep.
Night, Dad. I'll make sure Mom is nice and dry. I got so angry over nothing. Your dad never acts like this.
Yeah, there's a good reason. He's not my dad anymore.
Their suitcases never got opened. Next morning they left, ending their 1 week visit in one night.
It wasn't your fault. What could you do?
Plenty. I could have called him, begged for his forgiveness. I could have gone to St. Louis, told him how much I loved him, hugged him, told him how important he was in my life. Something, but I did nothing. And he kept losing more and more marbles.
You can't blame yourself.
Now, that's what Ruth said. I kept trying to fix it. That ship had sailed. He died 4 years later, 92. I was his pride and joy. And he ended up thinking I was his backstabber. That still haunts me.
Luckily, I'm guilt-free. I gift each of my kids $14,000 each year.
Jeff, you know you were a great son, so just think about all the good things you did, and that'll offset that whole stinky feet thing.
I have discovered I feel good when I'm telling other people how great they are.
Oh, good. Go ahead. And don't hold back.
When they deserve it. When I was producing Made in Heaven.
When we were producing Made in Heaven.
When we were producing Made in Heaven, we hired this incredible actress, Ann Tyler.
You were good.
Yes, and her agents told me though she was real depressed because she just lost a big movie role. So after our shoot, I wrote her this letter telling her how great I thought she was. Her talent, her beauty, her sensitivity, her sense of humor. 3 days later, I get this letter. Special delivery.
Jeff, the letter you wrote me saved my acting career. I loved your compliments. So kind and caring. You deserve a medal. but you'll have to settle for this letter written by an actress who needed her ego resuscitated. It was a privilege to utter your brilliant words and to work with your superb cast, and for you to say that I got the biggest laughs and the wettest tears from the audience was life-giving. I have framed your letter, and it shall live in 2 places of honor, on my bedroom wall and in my heart forever. I hope you realize how much I owe you. Love, Anne.
So, what came after how much I owe you? A happy payoff?
No, she just kept thanking me as her career took off. She won an Oscar. Her letter to me taught me one big life lesson. Appreciation is good medicine for the receiver and the giver.
You know, if someone had written me a letter like that, I might have turned out even a nicer guy. Oh, this is so stupid.
What, the comics?
No, the obituaries. Rave reviews for lives well spent even when they weren't. I knew this guy, Ted Garber, total jerk. But listen to this. Ted died peacefully at home, surrounded by his loving wife and family. Loving? Ah, jeez. Ted and his wife stopped loving years ago. They hardly spoke. And he totally disinherited his kids.
Ted will be deeply missed by everyone who knew him.
Damn straight he'll be missed because he owed cash to everyone, including me. I mean, most obits are boring and full of cliches. I promise you, my obituary is going to be much more interesting.
Why, you gonna be chewed up by alligators?
Always a corny punchline, eh, Mel? No. I took the LA Times obit editor to lunch. He raved about my accomplishments.
After he ordered a couple of lobsters?
Well, I only had one. And he promised me a half a page, a big photo, and a mention that I graduated from Yale, my producing credits, my Emmy nominations, even my hole in one at Hillcrest. My funeral is going to be one to remember at my mausoleum in Forest Lawn.
It sounds wonderful. I promise I'll be there to toast you.
No, because you'll be toast by then, Mel. Death by pastrami. Hey, Jeff, you want a good obit? I'll give you that editor's email.
Not interested. I plan to exit gently into that good night.
Well, be smart and reserve a plot because Forest Lawn keeps upping the price.
I won't need a plot when I plot.
Oh, you prefer burial at sea, surrounded by plastic bottles and shark shit?
My body won't be underwater or dirt. When I was a naughty kid, Dad used to say, "You're grounded." Well, my body won't be grounded because I'm gifting myself to UCLA Medical for research.
Yeah, you're gonna be chopped up into little pieces?
Yeah, those pieces help keep my grandkids living longer.
Yeah, but what if heaven is up there and your pieces arrive by FedEx?
God will say, "Return to sender." Do you really buy that, heaven myth?
Who knows, but why burn bridges? I mean, if there is a God in heaven, I'll look smart as hell. And it cost me $0 to cover my back.
Wrong. Mausoleums cost a fortune and waste time for gas and business. Putting a corpse in a box in the ground is a prehistoric con job.
You'll be burned at the stake for saying that.
I'm sure Forrest Lawn would agree. Ruth and I don't need cemetery visits to prove our kids love us. If they keep our smiling photos on the dressers, that's enough for me.
Good. Sounds like you're good.
I am.
Well, since this lunch is over and my doctor quits early on Saturdays, I think I'll limp on over and try to convince him to get me a permanent handicap tag. Free parking forever. Hallelujah.
Yeah, and I better get home. We're having my son Bud, his wife, and the grandkids over for dinner.
Guys, please, indulge me. I still need your help ending my nightly nightmares, so please.
All right, I don't want to be heavy. I'll stay a few more minutes. Very few.
Guys, this is serious. That's why I wanted to reinvent our lunches. If we're gonna face our past, we gotta admit big mistakes we wish we hadn't made. Now, I admitted my big real estate boo-boos, my big mistake with my dad that I can never fix. So come on, guys. Who's next?
Hey, here's something I just remembered. One of my moments of idiocy. About 40 years ago, I owned a silver Porsche Speedster, which I loved. But I ended up selling it for a lousy $6,000 because it needed a little engine work. Today, that car is a classic. It's worth $250,000.
$250,000. I feel for you. Whoa. You know, when we were producing Made in Heaven,
Very
there was this, there was this talent agent, Wally, used to bring us these chocolate chip cookies. One day he comes in, he says, I'm starting a cookie business. You want to become a partner for a couple of thou? Naturally, Dick makes a racist and Jemima joke.
It was a little black sample line, and you chewed me out.
Not enough. I told Wally, sorry, no spare cash. Big mistake. Wally's last name? Amos. Famous Amos. I hate myself.
I don't. I felt so bad after you chewed me out that I gave Wally his $2,000, and it paid for my Beverly Hills mansion.
You bastard. You never told me that.
Well, I didn't want to gloat. Hey, I thought forgiveness is what this luncheon is all about.
Right. I can't blame you for Famous Amos. I'll just give myself the finger.
Hey, here's something that's bothered me for years.
All right, Mel Blimstein. How did I ruin your life?
It wasn't you, it was Jeff.
Me? I started your writing career. I ruined your life. You love me.
This is hard enough for me to say, Jeff, so just shut up.
What?
Okay, years ago, luckily, very early on, I bought Apple and Starbucks stock. And it doubled and split, doubled and split. After about 6 months, my rather small investment was worth a shitload of money.
Yeah, I remember. You were rolling in dough, and I recommended you read that article in Fortune magazine.
You sure did. And I read that article, and I decided to turn my stocks over to that investment genius who wrote the article.
Well, smart, but it didn't go well.
Oh no, it went fine. It went up. And then it went right out of my pocket into his. That son of a bitch stole every penny.
Oh, crap. Who was this bastard?
Oh, you wouldn't know him by his new name. Convict Bernie Madoff.
Oh, Mel, that son of a bitch. Who knew? Fortune's a reputable magazine.
True, so now I no longer hate your investment advice, you prick.
I am a prick. Thanks for not killing me.
How could I? You were the springboard to my writing career.
And so was I. And you know what? I'm going to do you even a bigger favor right now, Mel. I am going to write you a check for $3,000 to pay for that surgery.
You're kidding, right?
No, that's what pals do. When one can afford it, and the other one can't.
Well, thanks, big buddy, but no thanks.
Come on, Mel. $3,000 is chump change to me.
It's chump change to me, too.
Waiting for the rim shot.
The truth, I always say I can't afford the surgery because I'm chicken. I'm afraid that a slip of the scalpel would put me in a wheelchair. Gail and I have all the money we need.
You just said Madoff made off with your dough.
Yeah, that bastard did, and that's when Gail said, why don't I handle the investments for a while? So, she bought Starbucks and Google and Amazon, and it went up and it split, and here, she gives me a daily tally of what we're worth, just so that I'll know how smart she is.
You're richer than me, Mel.
Yeah, both of us.
Our marriage started with a blind date. I was supposed to meet her at the California Pizza Kitchen in Beverly Hills. I stood her up.
You bastard.
You took the words right out of Gail's mouth.
Oh, well, look who finally showed up. The bastard. I am an idiot for being here, but you just kept begging and begging.
And I'm still begging. May I sit down?
Who gives a shit?
Thank you.
I must be out of my mind for meeting you for dinner. After you stood me up without an email or a phone call.
I know, but I have such a good excuse.
A heart attack will do. Oh, I wanted to kill you and my friend for setting us up. Mr. No-Show. Well, screw it. You finally showed up. And you're not worth the wait. I'm out of here.
Well, you can't leave now, Gail. I've got your car keys.
Screw you! I took the bus!
Gail, please, come on. Just let me explain why I didn't show up, and then if you want, I'll drive you straight home.
Okay. But it is going to take a lot for me to give a damn. Glenda said you look like Robert De Niro. I'd say Bela Lugosi.
I'm flattered by either. You know, she didn't describe you accurately either. You're not just lovely, you're gorgeous.
And you are so full of shit. And so is Glenda. God, I hate blind dates. I told her I am tired of dreaming the impossible dream to meet a decent, attractive, intelligent guy I'll settle for the single life. And she said, you can't settle, you're 36.
No. You couldn't be 36.
Of course. What else would you say?
No, I'm serious. I'm relieved. I thought you were too young for me. I'm 41.
You look it.
And 5 years difference is perfect.
Not if people don't show up.
I know, but I kept calling you this morning and you kept hanging up on me.
Because that's what you do when you can't slap somebody's face. Oh, then Glenda calls me and she says, stop hanging up on Mel, he's a great guy. You're making a mistake. And I said, it's Mel's stupid mistake, not mine. I mean, once, maybe twice in my life have I stood up a blind date, but never, ever have I been the standee.
You won't be again if you just let me explain why I screwed up.
Okay, but it better be good.
Well, it's not good. It's really bad, actually. I'm working in sales right now, but I'm trying to be a writer, a good one. And so luckily I got this great mentor, Ralph Phillips. He's a top TV writer. He wrote for Bonanza, Playhouse 90, all the best early shows. He's the one who taught me how to not be a hack. So normally we have our sessions at 6 on Saturdays. When Glenda made our date for 8, that would have worked. That afternoon I got a call from Ralph and he could barely talk. And he said that he's sorry he forgot to call me, but he's in the hospital with stage 4 inoperable cancer with maybe 3 months to live, so our sessions have to be over.
Oh my God, Mel, why didn't you call me?
I was in a daze. I told him I'd go to the hospital, but he said not to, but I wanted him to know how vital he was to my life. His teaching was invaluable. So I sat down and I wrote a tribute to this amazing guy. I just typed and typed all night and finally fell asleep at my typewriter. And I woke up Sunday morning remembering our date and wanting to kill myself. So I called you. And called you.
I'm so sorry. You must think I'm a bitch.
No, not at all. Glenda assured me that you are the sweetest and warmest of all of her friends.
And she assured me that you are a funny, warm, cuddly guy too. And what you did for Ralph. I kind of love that. And actually, you do look like a De Niro instead of a Lugosi.
Ah!
And suddenly, this bitch is hungry. Do you want to split a pizza? Mushrooms and onions, no sausage?
Gail, you are my kind of bitch.
I was hoping you
Wow, you are one lucky bastard.
So I know it.
Okay, it's my turn. Although I'm not really eager to talk about this, but I got something that's driving me nuts. It's about a guy not reaching his potential.
You said you reached yours in the first grade.
No. My son, Dick Jr., never got close to his potential. I mean, such a brilliant kid. He's 35. He's just scraping along. To use your Yiddish, he's a schlepper.
Wait a minute, you said Dick Jr. was going to be Yale Bulldog number 4, like you, your father, and your granddad.
You took him to Yale to meet the faculty. What happened?
Zilch. He snubbed Yale and chose Cal State San Bernardino because his girlfriend Esther was going there. I was so furious I refused to pay the tuition, but Helen insisted. She said Cal State San Bernardino better than nothing. I would have preferred nothing.
Oh, let's talk about it.
It's too painful. Dick Jr. won't say 2 words to me anymore. Last week we spoke was at my grandson's bar mitzvah. I cornered him. I said, look, son, we've got to talk. This chill between us, it's killing your mother. Finally, he agrees to talk. Hey, kid, thanks for meeting me.
Don't call me kid. I'm Richard. What's wrong with Mom? You texted me I'm ruining her health. She's sick or something?
No, don't worry. She's not sick yet. Just frustrated and unhappy.
Well, that's a relief. You scared the hell out of me. So why is she unhappy?
It's this major problem that needs solving. This gap between us that keeps getting wider and wider.
You mean the gap that started when I chose Cal State San Bernardino over your precious Yale? And you refused to pay the tuition, so Mom did?
And do you know why? I was so stubborn?
Because you're a snobby Ivy League pain in the ass?
Very funny. No, it was because I've always wanted what was best for you.
You sure it wasn't because I fell in love with a Jewish girl and chose to go to her surfer college with her?
I never called Cal State a surfer college, just B-list. And it's fine with me that Esther's Jewish. Some of my very close...
Best friends are Jewish?
No, Mr. Weisenheimer. What I was going to say is that some of my very closest writer friends are Jewish. And they're funny. And they're creative and they're at the top of their game.
And I'm not, am I, Dad?
I'll be honest with you, son. You can't be at the top of a game you're not in. You were when I sent you to Western Military Academy where you graduated with honors, Cadet Lieutenant Turner.
I mean that military prison you sent me to after I sassed my grammar school teacher.
Sorry, but I couldn't let you waste your precious high school years. I had to make sure that you became the best possible you.
You know I hate that best possible you crap you started when I was 3.
Well, it worked. You were the best cadet you could be
Yeah.
at the academy.
Yeah, I spent 4 shitty years where everybody called me dickhead.
Yeah, but you showed them when you got straight A's your senior year. And I kept my promise. I bought you a brand new Oldsmobile.
Right, even though I begged you for a used Corvette.
I was afraid you'd crash it. I dreamt it every night.
So I sold your new Oldsmobile and bought a used Corvette, which I still have today. Do I look dead to you?
No. You were right to get your Corvette.
Yeah, and you were so mad you wouldn't talk to me for months.
We're talking now.
Great.
Why are you so pissed? I tried to prepare you for a real career instead of what you chose. Disc jockey party planner? I mean, you could be broke and out of work at any second with 2 young kids.
It's my choice, not yours.
Mine is being a caring father. You can't change that.
You want to bet? You've been replaced by Bernie Kaplan, my father-in-law, who doesn't bug me or try to control me. Also, Bernie went to Harvard. That's A-list. If you didn't notice, he's also hosting your grandson's bar mitzvah. So if you excuse me, I can't keep him waiting.
Now wait a damn minute. Bernie can wait. This is important.
The only thing that's important to me right now is where's my yarmulke? Mazel tov.
Well, Jeff, you asked me for a giant mistake. I just gave you a humongous one.
I feel for you, Dick. Sorry.
Don't feel sorry, Dick. You can fix
It's
this.
easy for you to say, but this is a major problem.
Well, use your producing talents. Pretend it's a sitcom. You're showing warm wisdom to your son. Think father knows best.
You're forgetting. My son thinks father knows shit. That's why I'm trying to kiss his ass. I've done everything I could. I mean, I rethought our entire relationship. I even wrote him a heartfelt email apology.
So what did he say?
I haven't said it yet. I'm rewriting it until I get it perfect.
Schmuck, you're gonna turn me into Mo. Send the damn email.
All right, I'll send it. Calm down. There. Send
Darling, did you see that email from your dad?
Yeah, I glanced at it.
Don't glance, read the damn thing. I did, he sent it to me too.
Yeah, I started it. It's the same old thing. Son, call me. He's ordering me to forgive him.
Well, he isn't ordering you, he's kissing up with
Yeah.
a sense of humor.
Yes, he always uses laughs.
Your dad's trying to love you, stupid. Now read his email.
Okay.
Son, please call me bossy, call me nosy, call me pushy, call me irresponsible, call me unreliable, throw in undependable. Now come on, I hope that got a smile out of you. Seriously, I've been so busy running your life, I failed to take a close enough look at my own.
Now he's got my attention.
First of all, let's talk Yale. The Holy Grail college that Dad and Granddad sent me to so they could brag. I didn't need Yale for a career in sitcoms. You chose wisely with your university because it led you to marrying Esther, a wonderful life mate. I give you complete approval for all your life choices. But please, please, let me be a part of it. And another thing, if you ever thought that I would drop you from my will in anger, I would never ever do anything like that. In fact, I told my lawyer to make your equal share of what I leave you irrevocable.
Irrevocable. Love that word.
And there's one other thing. You know, I've always admired the way you put your thoughts into words. Your graduation speech, a tribute to Dwight Eisenhower. I mean, you were only 17, yet you managed to capture Ike's spirit and Ike's strength. Nobody lives forever. Not even me. And when that day comes, my spirit would greatly appreciate if you would say a few words about your dad as a father and as a man. I'll try to stay healthy and live a lot longer to give you time to think of something. Thanks for putting up with me, kid. Bye.
Shit, I'm gonna cry.
I already did. Was that not a great apology?
Yeah, I'm a best possible father. I'll call him. Thanks.
My pleasure.
Hello?
Hey, Dad, it's me. Your best possible son. Got your message. I guess I can't call you irresponsible anymore.
Thanks, son. You just made my day. In fact, you just made all the days I have left. I love you, son.
I love you too, Dad.
See you.
Bye. It worked.
I'll be a son of a bitch.
No, you just lost that title.
Thanks, Jeff. You just showed me how to right a big wrong.
Don't thank me. You did it.
Yeah, we're both proud of you, Dick. Listen, I really am due home, guys.
Thanks, Bill, for coming.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, looks like you're all finished. How was everything?
Delicious.
Perfect.
Superb!
And peaceful. Thank you.
And, here's a little thank you note.
$50? No, you're way too generous.
Not at all, Sally.
Well, listen, fellas, if you need to use the men's room before you go, you better go into it now. They're gonna close in a few minutes for plumbing repairs.
Good idea.
You think I'll make it this time?
Depends.
Why don't you let them go first?
Yeah, that's fine. My plumbing's good.
I'll bet. I just wanted to get rid of them.
Why?
Because I've always found you terribly attractive.
It was only a 50.
I'll make this quick in case they're fast pissers. I have to ask you for 2 favors.
Okay, shoot.
Well, the first is for my lovely daughter, Deborah, a wonderful actress, very talented, but she's up for a big role and she doesn't have an agent, and I'm worried about her.
Don't worry, I'll get her an agent easy.
I'm serious.
So am I. Will the William Morris agency be good enough?
Are you serious? The
Yes,
best.
I'm not kidding. A top guy, there still owes me big for hiring his actors for Made in Heaven.
Oh.
So, what's the other?
You and me? If you're interested.
I'm interested, but that's a toughie.
Not for me. I just divorced an idiot who's 50 pounds overweight, no sense of humor, no brain, and no ambition. And I promise, this could be just fun love.
Sally, I hate to say no to you. You are so adorable, but I promised my wife Helen when she caught me in an affair years ago that it would never ever happen again. We both swore that if either of us was ever tempted, we'd say thank you, but no thank you. And you don't owe me anything, Sally. I bet you William Morris will thank me. And you know something? You are so irresistible that maybe one day we will have a hot romance. It'll just be in another lifetime.
No wonder I love ya.
Remind me to tip bigger.
No, I just promised I'd get Sally's daughter agent. Come on now, let's go. Jeff, see you next Saturday, kid.
Forgive me, Dick, but there's one big thing we still need to discuss. It's the main reason I wanted you here today.
Okay, guys. Well, listen, I need another pastrami and cheesecake, so I'll be right back.
Okay. What else did I fuck up?
No, it's something I fucked up that I can't live with. It has to do with ABC's decision to extend Made in Heaven.
Look, my success got you fired. I don't blame you for hating me.
Well, now it's your turn to do the hating. What you don't know is I was so sure Made in Heaven would be renewed, I turned down a better job as exec producer for a new ABC show,
Oh yeah, what show?
The Love Boat.
No wonder you wanted revenge.
I got my revenge. Now I need your forgiveness.
Jeff, what the hell are you talking
I
about?
was so pissed, I told Helen about your affair with Charlene along with her address.
Oy, Faye.
To put it mildly, she drove to Charlene's where your Jag was parked with your Go
You
Year
no
license.
good son of a
Say it
bitch.
gets worse. One night when she knew you were shooting late, she calls me and insists I come over. I get to your house and I'm thinking, should I? Shouldn't I?
Hi,
Hi.
Helen.
Hi.
You said you wanted to talk, or should I just leave?
Leave? I'll kill you.
I just feel bad about telling you about Dick and Charlene.
Oh, don't. I knew Dick was having an affair. You just proved it. I drove over and took Polaroids of his Jaguar in front of her apartment. I shoved him in his face and I said that I was having a hot affair too. He went nuts.
Oh my God! Don't tell me who with. I don't want to know.
It's you, Jeff, dummy. Starting tonight. Time to play catch up.
You didn't tell Dick that I was your affair, did you?
Of course not. That would end his torture. He hasn't slept in weeks. Come on, let's go upstairs and do it on his side of the bed.
I can't, Helen.
Okay, then we'll do it on the sofa.
No, really. Even though I've always wanted to.
Don't you think I know that? Your eyes broadcast it. Come on, listen.
No, I'm sorry for me, not for you. But I've never cheated on Ruth, even though she always watches me watching you and says, "Have you ever screwed Helen?" I always say never.
Jeff, I know that we would both love it. I got very turned on when you cracked my lobsters. Come on, Ruthie'll never know.
Yes, she will, because every time she says, "Have you ever screwed Helen?" she always adds, "Swear on your children's life." So even though I'd love to love you, that can't kill my kids.
Okay, but believe me, I'd be worth it.
That's the whole story. Absolutely nothing happened.
You turd.
The biggest, the stinkiest. I had to get even. A year's salary on the Love Boat would have meant $500,000.
You cost me 35 years of torture about Helen's affair.
Helen didn't have an affair with me or anybody else.
Well, you're still a turd for ratting me out.
I couldn't help myself. I was in a rage.
Rage? Oh, you don't know rage. Helen put that photo of my park Jag on my pillow every night. I tear it up, and she replaced it, all the while bragging how her lover was hung like a Budweiser Clydesdale.
Well, that wasn't me. I don't even compare to a Budweiser Dalmatian.
She finally forgave me and swore there never was a Clydesdale. Now, thanks to you, I can finally believe her, right?
May I drop dead if I ever drop my drawers. I now can live with myself for not ruining your marriage. We're even, right?
I was Helen's first, and now thanks to you, I know I was her one and only. Thank you.
My conscience is clear and my kids are still alive.
There's one little tiny, insignificant, minor kind of thing. All right, I lied when they said that ABC didn't want to renew Made in Heaven. They wanted to pick it up for another year, and my new show knocked it off. Can you forgive me?
That. I knew all about your sneakiness. My agent told me. I've been waiting all these years for you to tell me. So, I'm a turd. You're a turd. That makes us the Turd Brothers. Come on, give me a hug, Turd Bro.
Sounds like a spin-off to me.
Cheesecake and pastrami, my favorites, but Gail forbids them.
Absolutely, darling. Gentlemen, wow, it has been a long time. You haven't changed. Completely.
Darling, what are you doing here?
Oh yes, I am here on a mission. I am representing 3 wonderful women, me, your Helen, and your Ruth. We had our own meeting yesterday, and I was chosen to come and make sure the 3 of you have ended your 15-year phase of uninterrupted stupidity.
Oh yeah, that's all over.
Don't interrupt me, stupid. I mean, darling. Helen and Ruth and I are the best of friends, and this tiff has cheated us out of all those fun dinners and exciting trips we used to love.
Get ready to love him again because we're back.
I'm not finished. You're comedy writers. Don't you know that comedies need a happy ending?
Yes, oh, well, we just had a very happy lunch. We forgave and forgave. We're back in business. We are closer than peas in a pod.
Corn on the cob.
Eggs in an omelet.
Oh. 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 Is that your pastrami and
Oh
cheese?
no, that's a tip for our waitress Sally. She's way too skinny.
Good, because we have promised to live healthy lives so we could live together forever.
Smart.
And lucky, as my dad always used to say, it's not enough to be lucky, you
have to know you're lucky. She is fun. She is beautiful and so affordable. From that moment she forgave me, we knew we were lifers. I said to her, I never want to wake up without you beside me.
Now that's good writing.
There was only one hiccup. I said, look, I'm a struggling writer and I don't know if I'll be able to afford kids. And she said,
Deal breaker.
and thanks to those words, we have 2 great sons. We have a bunch of fabulous grandkids. This gorgeous woman showed me that choosing the right person to spend your life with is the best career move you can make.
Mel's a genius. Our mistakes can't make us losers because being alive makes us winners.
Another thing that makes us winners, no divorce. That would mean starting from scratch with only half your dough.
Only one problem. How the hell are we ever going to say goodbye to our wonderful wives?
It shouldn't be a problem. If we're smart, we'll just say what my priest would say. See ya.
Perfect exit line. Okay, I'm gonna plan a celebration. You and your lovely wives are invited over to our house tomorrow night for dinner. Makes sense?
I'll bring a Canner's cheesesteak. First, I better taste it to make sure it's still fabulous. Delicious. Thanks, Dad. I love you. And we will hug again, somewhere.
You know, today was a wonderful forgive and forget session. So, I would like to say to each and every one of us, Mazel tov. Right?
Wrong, Dick. They may pronounce it that way.
Darling!
Yeah.
Muzzle tough is close enough.
Oh, you're right, darling. And if I don't shut my big mouth, just muzzle me.
Gentlemen, let us salute our newfound peacedom. Henceforward, we shall be known as the 3 Muzzleteers.
Now that's a happy ending.
Here!
moment of your time. But first, before I continue, this is my friend Matthew here, and he's been with us, and he is now departing for Atlanta, so we're going to miss him terribly. But we will be continuing the show.
Still running until September, so keep seeing it.
Thank you. Many of you probably have noticed over the last few years, at the end of every production here at the Playhouse, one of our senior members, and me being the seniorist, come out here and extend to you our deepest gratitude for being part of our family. We've just entered our 60th year. We're moving towards that line this month. And so 60 years, our family is pretty large, 5 million of you worldwide. That's a big family. There's a couple of lines in the play that strike deeply and resonate in my experience that I want to share with you as part of my extending my gratitude to you. And that is, one, it's not enough to be lucky, you have to know you're lucky. And the other one is, appreciation is good medicine for the receiver and the giver. I've been a receiver for many years. In 1969, I got back from Vietnam. I'd been here since '64, but I spent 2 years in the military, and I ended up in Vietnam. And in '69, I came back, and my first night here, I walk in the door. And this is where it's not enough to be lucky, you have to know you're lucky. I walk in the door, and sitting there is Evelyn Rudy. And at the time, I didn't know who she was. She was just a beautiful, special person, and it was instantaneous. We became a couple, and we have been ever since. But what came out of that was I didn't know who she was. I didn't know what a major star she was. I didn't know she had a star on Hollywood Boulevard. I didn't know she worked with Alfred Hitchcock and everybody in the business she worked with. And that's not what I'm not bragging about her accomplishments. What I'm extending the gratitude to her, because it's her influence and her talent and her capacity that she has shared with all of us. With me specifically, she saved my life, because if it weren't for her, I would probably not be standing here today. She makes this place possible. Her talent, her genius, her capacity. And that's where to say, I know I'm lucky. And the second thing is appreciation is not good just for the receiver, but for the giver. And so giving you our appreciation is a special gift. What is that gift? You buy a ticket, it's not that. It's what you do, what happens to you when you sit in that chair. In 1999, it hit me, based on my Vietnam experience. Our humanity is our most precious resource, and we must do whatever we can to nurture that humanity. Well, when you buy a ticket and sit in that seat, that's exactly what you're doing. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're exposing yourself to ideas, thoughts, situations, relationships, conditions that you may never choose or ever want to choose in your life. And yet, it happens to you, and you walk out the door being impacted by that experience. And that nurtures your humanity by allowing you to become more compassionate, more understanding, more patient, more accepting. All the things that make our humanity special and alive and vibrant. That is a gift you not only give to yourselves, to your families, to your community, and to the world, but you also share it with the artists up here on stage. So for that, personally, and for the Playhouse, I wish to say to you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And in the spirit of family, we want you to know this is not a business. If we were a business, we wouldn't be in business. We need our family to support us. And so we do ask, as you leave, please put a little something in our Save the Playhouse basket so that we can continue our family and extend it for another 60 years. Thank you, and please do what you can.